Grandma Nada and her grandchildren. Al Fadl. Loyalty and faith from Mecca. Abdallh Salim. On a moonlit night, the four grandchildren gathered in Grandma Nada's spacious garden. The air was cool, and the stars sparkled like diamonds in the dark velvet sky. Little Adam sat closely beside his grandmother and asked curiously, "Grandma, are there heroines in our history who taught us about loyalty?" Grandma Nada smiled and patted his shoulder, saying, "Of course, my dear. Today, I will tell you about Lady Lubaba bint al-Harith, known as al Fadl, a great woman from the people of Mecca." Yusuf and Huda gathered around their grandmother as she continued her story. Al Fadl was the wife of al-Abbas bin Abdul Muttalib, the Prophet's uncle. She was among the first women to embrace Islam after Lady Khadija. She possessed a strong personality, great wisdom, and a sincere, unshakable faith. Yusuf asked, "Was her life in Mecca easy, Grandma?" Grandma shook her head and said, "No, Yusuf. She and her husband faced many difficulties. In ancient Mecca, al Fadl would sit with her sister, Maymuna, talking about the light of Islam and how it had changed their lives. She encouraged her sister to be patient and hold on to the truth, despite all the pressure the people of Mecca placed on the new Muslims. Rowan leaned in closer to Grandma and asked, "And how did she show her loyalty, Grandma?" Grandma Nada replied with a smile, "Loyalty, Rowan, is staying true to your principles even in the hardest of times." When the Muslims were going through hardships, al Fadl supported them with everything she owned. She also kept her husband al-Abbas's Islam a secret at first to protect the message in the heart of Mecca. Grandma continued the tale. Even during major historical moments, al Fadl was present. We see her loyalty to her husband, al-Abbas, in how she supported him in every step. They stood together like a solid structure, planning and thinking of ways to serve Islam from within Mecca and how to deliver news to the Prophet with complete honesty and sincerity. But the trials did not end there, Grandma said in a humble voice. Al Fadl was patient even when separated from her loved ones and through the difficult days that Mecca endured. She spent her nights in prayer and supplication, pleading with God to let the truth prevail. Her faith was the shield that protected her heart from despair, and her patience became a legendary example for all. Grandma turned to Adam and said, "Do you know Adam? Al Fadl is the one who narrated many of the Prophet's sayings to us. This is another type of loyalty, the loyalty of knowledge." She was keen to pass on every word and every character trait she learned from the Prophet so that it would reach us today, teaching us how to live with love and honesty. After the Prophet passed away, al Fadl never stopped her worship or her teaching. She stayed in her home, and people would come to her to learn wisdom and religion. Her entire life was a fragrant journey of piety. Even in her old age, she taught young girls how to be loyal to God and His messenger in every action and word. Grandma fell silent for a moment, and Yusuf and Huda looked at her with admiration. Yusuf said, "We've learned that strength isn't just about muscles, it's about steadfastness and loyalty, just like al Fadl." Huda added, "I will try to be loyal to my friends and my family always, just as she was loyal to her faith and her people." Grandma Nada hugged her granddaughter Rowan and said, "These are the lessons we want, my dear ones. Let faith fill your hearts and let loyalty be your motto. A person is known by their honesty and loyalty." Then she looked at the sky and said, "Look at those stars. Each one of you can shine like a star if you hold on to good character." The grandchildren fell asleep that night, dreaming of the stories of great heroes.